7 o'clock, October 8th, 2024. Call meeting to order. Item number 1 is minutes of September 24 and minutes of the public hearing.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of September 24, 2024, and the minutes of the public hearing.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. Number 2 is warrants.
Make a motion to sign the warrants.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. Financials.
Make a motion to accept the financials.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? That's 4-0. Number 4 is department heads. Artie?
The grading on the dirt roads, I got a couple left and they'll be done. We just put the last culvert in today. And we'll be starting probably Thursday, maybe, putting up on the sand, getting the sand pile put up. The grader goes next Tuesday down to have the wing tower and wing and the nose piece put on the front of it. So then that'll be ready for the winter season. The Stevens Electric was up last week, but they didn't get everything done on the pump stations. The Vortec was up, cambered, give us a price on what it's gonna cost to redo that line up there, slip lining and everything. That's starting at Madison Street and going through to the Oddfellow Lodge area. When they took it, cambered it, why the piece that they did camber when we had the root ball in it, there was pieces of cement that's like falling down out of the top, and you can see some of the lines have cracks and stuff in there. So, but that's what they come up with for a price, was $228,000. And it's still lots cheaper than having it dug up and replaced.
That goes from Madison Avenue to,
The Oddfellows Lodge.
I'm not sure how we're gonna pay for that.
How many? Is it,
Each one of those prices is between 2 manholes.
tell me again where this is from?
Madison Ave, right by the church,
Okay.
up through to the,
Up past the high school.
up past the high school there by the Oddfellow Hall. Oh, it's Oddfellows, but it's
Mason?
Yeah.
Mason. Yeah, Mason. And why there's different prices on there is because if it's under 300 feet, it's a certain price. If it's over 300 feet, it's a certain price per foot to do it. And we won't know how bad the whole thing is until it's cambered, cleaned and cambered. So some of them spaces between the manholes, they might be able to get by and not have to have everything done with it. Where the other ones could be worse than what that is, so you gotta do them. So
When are you expecting to do this?
what's that?
When?
As soon as I got the word from you folks, I mean, we ought to at least clean it and camera it, and then that would tell us how much really needs to be done. Because like I say, there's some that might be better than the others, but where the roots are, that definitely needs to be done. Because the roots coming in through the joints, and they're pushing the joints apart, so the joints have already got gaps in them, so.
Isn't this the one that Billy Lyons was talking about back when he was, so it's been that long?
Yep.
So it's about $14,400 to clean and look? No? Clean and CCTV budget,
Yep,
and then cutter truck?
the cutter truck, we gotta have that to take and cut any roots that's in there, so they get through the camera. And then any of the joints that's got cement in it, they gotta take and be ground and cut off. And then there's the line that we did before that had pipe sticking in there, so the camera couldn't get through. So they had to cut the pipe off, because the services, when they put them in, they just busted a hole in the side of the pipe and stuck them in. So,
So, yeah, I was just looking at the total for those two, just those two,
yes,
to clean the prep.
yeah, it was 14,
14.
yeah.
14,400.
And that, the 14.4 for camera and prepping the line, that should be done. And like I say, we can determine how many of them sections need to be done, and how many can take and wait for a while. But I don't know, Alan might know when they did that line, but it was done before we put the new sewer line in, back in late 80s, early 90s. That cement line from Madison Street up through. So it's before your time. So it's been in there for a while.
It's not part of the new system.
No, it's the one that was in there. See, the new system comes up to the bridge and goes up Route 16 and 234, and then in around the streets. But this is a line that Farron Brothers and Smith, I think it was, that did it.
So it was before 89,
Yeah,
because the new system was,
that was put in 89 and went online in 92, I think, or 90, something like that. So it was before 89 that was done.
So my question to you, Champion, is do we have the 14,400?
You have about 13,000 in the reserve. I will be doing another sewer commitment like right now. So I guess I could, it would drain your reserve at that point for sewer, but I guess if you gotta do it, you gotta do it, and I guess go from there.
It's gonna set precedence of what's gonna transpire in that line all the way, so
Yeah.
you have to, you gotta know what you're up against, you know?
And if it should collapse in the winter,
And it's gonna be a lot of money.
then it's gonna be a lot more.
Yeah.
That's $58 a foot, and you're not talking hot top, any laterals, digging around any water lines or anything. So I don't know, 3-4 times that anyways if you had to dig it up.
And your sewer has taken a hit this year because of that flood storm. So remember when we got the insurance to pay a piece of it. The other piece is all that trucking, and when we had to rent those equipment, that's why your sewer account is
Yeah.
down, because we pay all that out. I am still working with FEMA to get reimbursed on those pieces there, but you don't have
I
that
don't
money
have
yet.
that money yet.
You did get reimbursed from your insurance, but it did not cover, I don't know, all your expenses. So I guess I can try to push FEMA for all I can, but
So
they're
how much do
Hard
we
to
have
push.
to come up with right now? Find out.
14,400,
Yeah, that would be the camera and prep.
10,400 to camera,
and I think there's probably 13,500 in the reserve. I am getting ready to do another sewer commitment for your next meeting, and that gets your money coming in, so I guess I would suggest doing it, and then, I guess.
And this will tell us how much we gotta come up with.
Do we need a
$5,000.
special town meeting to take money out of that reserve?
I don't think so. But you can check that out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so. And there must be money out there for something like this.
I do have another question.
So,
This 14, can we minus that from this? The 228?
Yeah, if you did
If
that,
we did this, then we can take that much out of this.
right.
Okay.
and it might be less depending on what they find.
Right. It might only be
correct?
the piece up there where the roots was that we gotta take into.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't dare say, because it's all went in at the same time, so.
Is there a motion?
Oh, I make a motion that we guess we should do it,
Yeah, hell,
provided we can.
Well, that's not how you make a motion.
Well, make a motion that we go ahead with that. We go ahead with the
camera and.
camera and cleaning and prepping.
Second.
Moved and seconded, further discussion, all those in favor? 4-0.
That's all I got right now, I guess.
Do you want to do Stacy
Any questions?
after?
Is Stacy here?
Yeah.
Anything with the pumps, Adi? Is that all taken care of?
No, they didn't get it all
Nothing
done.
yet?
No. The guy was gonna get back to me, he hasn't yet, so. I'll get a hold of him, you know. I called him this morning, but I didn't get no return call yet, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Which on the pumps, that piece will get reimbursed, but you gotta pay out to get reimbursed.
Yeah.
I guess you're up.
Not a whole lot going on, other than, I don't think we had much calls. Getting ready for Fire Prevention Week, got supplies in for that. Ricky Caldwell's gonna be doing it with Andy and Lance again this year. I was told that Ricky, might be giving it up here pretty soon, not really sure. Talked to Tammy about Bowman coming up to the fire station. Apparently somebody was there this week trying to do our punch list that we had created from going up there and checking things out. Otherwise than that, I believe Jeremy and Tammy worked on the entrance of the fire station as well with the state. Trying to move forward with that. I did talk to Jeremy at our last meeting, because he had talked to somebody on the entrance of this station down here, and then moved the sidewalk a little bit, and I asked him if he would have a chat with that gentleman as well to see what else we could do different on the entrance up there. And I believe Tammy and Jeremy went back and forth on that today through an email and got the paperwork for that, so. Otherwise than that, that's about it for what I know that's most crucial right now, other than I know they're anxious to get into the station, but we wanted to do what we want to do with the station before we actually say, yeah, it's done, and so on and so forth.
Did they give you any idea when the punch list?
I haven't talked to Randy. Randy emailed Tammy today.
Yeah, they, he said they would be up sometime this week, and his, I haven't heard from anybody. Yeah, I haven't been up there. I did get an email from Jesse from Bowman. The, glass section for the garage door, they've talked to the people at the PDQ door people, and they should have the replacement, panel by October 15th is what they're saying. And then hopefully that same week they'll install that, replace that panel. So that piece they're working on getting it from the garage door company, I guess. And Randy did say Bowman would be up there to do the punch list as soon as they can. So once that piece is done, then it's the water and sewer, I'm assuming, are they gonna start? Maybe next week.
I think probably next week they'd be good.
Yeah, so that piece will be going, the dumpster is up there, anytime they wanna start, keep pulling the stuff out of the old station, they can put in there. And then I'll have them pick up the dumpster when they're done with it. The state did, or DOT sent a highway opening application. I filled out the top, I had already filled out his piece of it, or what he knew of it. Did the sketch, did photos like they requested. I did call Jeremy, because if you wanna try to get a waiver to get a bigger entrance, they had to request a waiver in writing, and I didn't feel comfortable writing it because I didn't know how big they wanted or everything else, so Jeremy typed that up, emailed it to me, I put it in with the application, emailed it to, the engineer they told me to email it to, and I guess you gotta wait from DOT and see if they approve it or not. Jeremy had put down that they were looking for no less than 70 feet. DOT is approving 42.
That's all that they can approve is a 42-foot entrance. If the engineer for the region chooses to and sees it fit, he can override that. But if he doesn't think it needs to be overridden, he won't override it.
So
And
we,
that's the route you have to take and go.
right, so we have sent all that in to them. They're saying it should have been done way before the building was even built. They probably would have made the building be pushed back. I believe was one of the comments I've seen that.
Yeah, they
So-
said that when you build a building like that, or a house, or anything like that on a state road, you get your entrance permit and give them a sketch of what you're gonna do on the land. And with a commercial building, they will work with you for what you can get for an entrance. And if it's a matter of pushing the building back so you can have the distance you need, then that's what you have to take and do. And they asked me where the permit was, and I said, well, evidently the building committee and the fire department didn't do it. I said, I don't know, that's why we're doing it now.
Can't push the building too far back.
They would come to go
They would have to turn it,
So I,
because
There was
The
no,
state-
there
the
was
state-
no room to push the building back in any further.
no, the state right of way and whatnot,
That's what I said.
I don't know what the state right of way is up there. Some places it's, like on the rural roads, it's 33 feet, and there's, like this road here and down through town here, and there's places it's 60 and 66 feet. So I don't know what it is up there.
but I actually have submitted everything I have to the engineer with DOT.
Okay.
And I copied Catherine in it. I sent Jeremy a copy too because he had sent me the letter. And I sent you a copy because you had submitted that too. So it's been sent. I don't know how long it takes. But just to let you guys know.
And I did just email, I just talked to Brian, who,
Oh,
Ben King and Son, he just got all those pictures.
okay.
So he said he'll have that out to us by the end of the week.
And she's talking about.
About the generator truck and the
Generator.
station. We're gonna be getting a quote on a diesel and a propane. Because there was concern at our last meeting, we were talking about it, because it's such, to get propane to that station is such a long time frame, and all the exits and entrances to the town during that flood was not happening. We weren't able to get propane to that generator, and the amount of propane that it uses, it only lasted 2 days with the size tank that we usually have for any of the generators around here. So I was asked if we could get a quote on a diesel, because there's people with transfer tanks in town that could fill us up with diesel if we needed it, so.
Is it gonna have to be a diesel tank there? Alright.
Not sure, so that's something I'm gonna talk to Brian about, and
If it's diesel, you'll have to have a diesel tank big enough to run it for at least 2 to 3 days if you lose power. That's just like propane. When you hook up on-demand propane generator, you gotta have it so it'll run at least 3 days. So it'll give the gas company time enough to get there and get your propane so you don't run out of power.
It's
kind of like a
But I just
double-edged
had one.
sword.
I just had one done, so.
Was that a 500 gallon tank of the diesel? Was that a minimum?
I didn't do, I don't know about diesel, all I know is you'd have to have it, if it's, depending on what it runs for gallons per hour, why, you'd have to have a tank big enough so that,
What size propane tank is sitting there right now?
it must be 1,000, is it?
That's
Steve?
1,000, yeah.
And we're using the propane for,
I don't know, initially I had, for the heaters.
Can you replace that tank with a bigger one?
1,000 tank, it's pretty big.
So why-
What'd you say, Brenda?
I asked if they could remove that tank and put a bigger one.
I don't know. I mean, that's something we're gonna have to look into. I mean,
I'm just wondering where you would put another tank.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess get the quotes and then we'll see.
Go from there.
Anything else? Thank you. Kevin?
Yep, I have a quick claim deed. I guess this is an old, outstanding lien or something that has not been discharged, way back in 2008. A whole long time, but it was underground, I guess, so they're asking the town to discharge it. And it has been paid, so.
Your motion to sign quick.
I'll make a motion to sign the quick deed.
A second?
Second.
Sorry. Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0.
I have two supplemental taxes that Roger did when he was here last Sunday. Where's the name on it? One of them's for KC's redemption for $3,411.20 for the new building. They didn't tax them on. And then the other one is for a Vincent and Kristen Van Orden for $246, which they didn't. He missed something on the taxes for that. So those are the supplementals.
Make a motion to sign the supplementals on Casey and who's the other one?
Kristen Van Orden.
Oh.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0.
I then have two abatements that he did, one for an Ann Mattingly Bowie for $410 for homestead mist, and one for Clarence Ayotte for tree growth land calculation error for $797.37.
Those are abatements, right?
Yes.
Accept the abatements on both of those.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0.
Finally, good news from FEMA. They actually obligated the storm drain on Madison Street, which means when they obligated it, means they're paying. So, right now it looks like $225,000, which is really good. So I believe they're going to start that
this fall.
work this fall. And so the town, when it's obligated, is guaranteed to get that, so we'll see how that goes. That one actually has been a thorn in the side, but it's actually been obligated now, so that's really good news. I did call the school district, they met on the warming shelter, at their last meeting on October 1st. I guess they had a discussion, but need more information for it to be a warming shelter, which I the woman shows up before, but I guess they wanted the superintendent to do more research. So they didn't vote on anything, so I don't know what the outcome of that is.
So that's on hold.
Yeah, just to let you know. So, I'm not sure. Talked to you guys about the ATV trails last time. We did meet with Jeff Ireland, the ATV club. He went through it all too. He thought everything looked good, but was there was one road he wanted us to add. I marked it on map.
Yep. Prospect,
Yes.
Prospect Road.
So I think for us to get it on town meeting, should have like a public forum coming up, so I can get it into the warrant that's gonna be coming, if that's what the residents want to do. So I don't know if you wanna do it next meeting.
Sure.
I'd rather do it then than in November because of the election.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then boom, we're in budget season, so, I can put that notification in if you want. You guys are good with that?
Is that a motion?
I make a motion to put out a public forum for the ATV.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0.
Is that gonna be before the selectmen's meeting or during?
It'll be right before, I'll
Right
have
before.
it. Yep. Absentee ballots are going crazy right now. I can't even explain it. People just want to vote absentee, I guess. I had to set up 2 voting booths out in the lobby today because I can't keep up with them. And I can't let them all out here without me being there, and I can't be out here at the same time, so I have to have a man. So that's what's going on right now with there. It's getting really overwhelming at this point. If you actually go in and see my desk, you're gonna see it. I cannot keep up with it at this point, but I guess we will, maybe it'll die down a little, I'm hoping. But right now, that's what my days are consisting of. I actually have applied for the $5,000 election grant. They were out of money when I tried to apply for it probably 3 weeks ago, and now they have more funds, so I jumped on and applied today while I had funds. So that has all been sent in, and what that consists of is like the tent for out here and anything else I need to put into the election, and it costs a lot more for
This one.
employees and payroll and all that stuff when you're having everybody come in, so that will be that one. And we will be discussing if we're gonna have any kind of little security thing out there, which I think we will. I'm getting hit pretty hard with poll watchers, at this point, so it's hard to put them.
Did you give us shirts or anything?
Not yet.
Badges? You gonna
Oh,
make-
badges I have already.
Okay. How about that?
She doesn't.
I go. That was a bad job. Surprise.
Yeah.
Should you consider closing the office that day?
Oh, no, we ain't open. There's no
Yeah,
way we
that's-
can be open.
Let's
Well,
go with
not
that.
with the amount of registrations coming through there, it's
Okay.
no.
Well, I just didn't know for sure.
There's no way, I'm actually, yeah.
Are we gonna have 2 sets of books, one up there and, or 2
No,
sets?
you gotta, no,
Are we gonna have them up here this time?
yeah, I've already, have the state coming up to come in and,
Set us up.
well, it's gonna have to be one set because of how I'm bringing them in.
Okay. I was just
There's
thinking of
different
that.
guidelines going, but
It's okay.
I have to be the deputy warden for that day too.
Yeah.
So, I wanna make sure when our warden takes a break that I'm the deputy warden sitting here, I guess. So we will be doing that also.
Are we gonna have a little meeting for,
Oh, yeah.
please?
Prep ready.
Huh?
Prep ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I mean, I know absentee ballots are usually very busy, but they're like, it truly is overload for this whole town right now. It has never been that high.
Do you need somebody here to help with that?
I'll feel better once I know if I have that $5,000 grant to do that, because you get somebody here, but you get paid them to be here, so. And I have to have them trained, so not yet. I only want about 8.
In a week? Okay.
I guess that's, oh, no, we did get a bid for snowfall up in North Anson. Came in on October 1st, and I haven't opened it, so I don't know. You wanna open it?
Thanks, Fran.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I broke the tip off that little bit. I should have brought a good one, sorry.
No.
You get one if you get $5,000.
This is for,
Snow plowing
No,
up.
fine.
that's the schools and the sidewalk, right?
No, not the schools.
Just the sidewalk.
Sidewalks, parking lots, 2 roads, fire station.
Two roads? Is
One
that like
road.
Fourth Street?
Court Street and Water.
Sanding for Court Street, Water Street, Fire Station, parking lot beside the fire station, parking lot across from the fire station, High Street, the parking garage. For the season of 24-25 of $5,800.
That's just the street.
That's just the streets.
They provide their own sand?
Plowing, sanding for 5,200 feet of sidewalks. Sidewalks from Union Street to the TDS office, sidewalks from Elm Street to Route 16, Court Street to Carbeck High School. Seasonal price 24 to 25 of $17,500. From Chris Roy's Snowplow.
Okay, so, I don't know if I understood that. The 17,500 was for all of it, or just the sidewalks?
And the way it's written is just the sidewalks.
What about fire station parking lots?
Fire station parking lot is 5,800. Sidewalks, 17,500.
Well, I did not, I couldn't tell when I read it.
Gotta get a money tree.
And what did you say before?
I have to go pull it, I think it was.
It was, huh?
Do you know what it was before? Was it
14.
14,000?
14,000.
I would say we need to explore different options.
You know, we have the other track list to do the sidewalks. Have him do the roads and the parking lots. And we'll take care of the sidewalks.
What'd you say? Sorry. I was adding numbers.
I said, we have the other track list, so we do have 2 track lists. And have him do the roads, the parking lots, fire station, and we'll have to take care of the sidewalk.
And how much was just the other part?
110,008 for the roads and fire station.
5,800.
5,800 for all the roads and the fire station and parking lots.
But they include the road.
That was in there.
That's in there.
That's, It's 5,800 just for the roads, sanding and plowing those roads. For servicing Court Street, Water Street, fire station, parking lot beside the fire station, parking lot across from the fire station, High Street Park and Ride in North Anson.
Oh, okay.
And that's 58. Correct?
Yep.
And
That's
then
what it says.
highway could take care of,
Sidewalks.
is that my new job?
Well, it's gonna be easy to hire someone to drive a trackless as it is to hire and drive a dump truck. That ain't worked very good for the last 3-4 years. You don't need a Class B to drive a sidewalk machine.
Okay. Tammy, you're on that, right? Is that your new job?
No, I'm joking. No.
Oh.
If that's the case, I may have somebody in mind that you could talk to.
We got 2 full-time firefighters that could take and manage the trackless. And if they get a call, they're gonna be pretty close to a fire station. I mean, that ain't gonna be a day in, day out job, but when the storms and need to be snow blowed, why? That would be one avenue, unless you guys got something different.
And the sidewalks go from where? To the school?
From 234 around to the TDS building, and then from the library all the way to the fire station, and then from the Buttons Old Store up through to CCS, and CCS all the way to high
The
school.
high school.
There's like 5,200 feet of sidewalks. Both towns have pretty evenly matched on sidewalks now, so.
And where we're gonna store this, and where? That sidewalk, okay, just asking.
Trackless, we bought that in the
I
spring.
know, but where we're gonna put it if they have to use it.
Somewhere up there.
Don't know where you put it.
Got a fire station up there.
Fire station,
That's what I'm saying.
absolutely. Keep it in my yard.
Put it here, yeah.
I mean, that's one
Can't
way.
find
Yep.
anybody.
Huh?
If we can't find anybody, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you have?
Would it be hard to trailer?
to
No,
haul that
just-
thing,
Yeah, every storm?
I wouldn't haul it in a snowstorm. I got a Class A license.
Right, leave it up there. Keep it
Just park it up there, it'd be the best thing for it.
Yeah, in the fire station. Sure.
So are we looking to accept his bid on
I wouldn't think that was a
the,
bad
on the
price.
roads and parking lots?
If he's willing to do the roads and parking lots and not the sidewalks.
Well, he did 2 separate.
He did 2
That's
separate.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Or do we want to think about it?
I mean,
We're gonna do it today.
no,
Can only snow on Wednesday.
huh?
Can only snow on Wednesdays.
Well, that's, okay, I mean, it's,
There's no big limit on that bid, so. We all set with that, and we'll bring it up the next meeting.
So if it doesn't snow, we do.
You know, I hope so much.
Is it that hard to drive?
It's just like driving a mini skidder
Anything else?
with a foot pedal.
You don't have to have any license, no. Where?
You ever see one?
No.
They're easy, though.
I was looking at
You and I
that.
were-
Number 5 is selectmen concerns.
Hmm?
Seeing none, public session.
Come on, give me something.
Oh, sorry. Notification, how have you come with a notification system for our town? Have you looked into
You
it?
mean, yep, the mine tax. My
or
daughter.
something, yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Yep, I would have to put it into next year's budget. It's 2,500 a year right now. And then it's gonna be set up, and then it's gonna cost that every year to do so. So I guess it's really depending on how we wanna do it. I don't have it in this year's budget to do it, but I would put it into next year's budget if the board sees fit to do so. What they do is it can notify, or the town can send out notifications to people that they've signed up. Then they would get the notifications, like if, I guess, there's an emergency going on, or, there's a road closure or something going on, we can notify them that way. I would actually probably have to have Madison handling all that, because I think calls are gonna come in a little crazy, and she's more tech savvy with that if we get it going. But that's really
How do
up to you.
you get it through your phone?
Yes. So what happens is you would sign up, we would put a big notice out saying, we have this, you can sign up to get messages. It will then, once everything comes in, anything we send out hits everybody's phones for messages. And it can hit certain areas if there's only a thing going in a certain area. So not everybody's getting the ding, it just happens to be, say, on a certain road type thing.
Is that technology
Is it?
handle that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just wondering if our technology would handle that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a program we're buying, so yes.
There's a pretty big public safety aspect to this, I think. I mean, there was an event that happened in Bath, where I'm from, and Saginaw County has this. So they can send out mass texts
Right.
to people. It's a fast way to get information out in an emergency.
Snowmobile?
Sounds like it.
That's definitely it. So I think it's a good idea.
I just don't have it in this year's budget.
Yeah, yeah.
And to even get it set up, it would be, he told me we could, start like January 1st type thing and go from there. The only issue with that is that your town meeting is not in March. But he said he might be able to give me, a few months without.
Like a trial period?
Right. The only thing is I don't wanna be ridiculed by the public that I put something in place and then,
I just think putting it in the budget.
then they don't,
If you're able to get it in the budget for next year,
yeah.
you know, and start it then. I'm not advocating for doing it now or already struggling, but.
Yeah. And it takes a little bit to, get it set up, so, he's willing to come up. If it was me, I would have the meeting with him now, have him come up, see what we have, what it would entail, and then be ready to roll, that way. I think it's a better fit than trying to blast everybody with an email all the time. And that we cannot handle, because it does tie up our system.
So this comes through your phone?
This is a text.
It's a text
that
message?
you're gonna get.
Oh, okay.
Madison is using it right now, but there's a lot more features to it that we could use it for. We would tailor it to us. They're only using a little piece of it. I would think we would be using it in a little different way from what he showed me. But I would actually have him come up and do a demonstration so I can see what the rest of it is, but, I would put it in your budget, that's what I would be doing. So I could put it on the admin's budget, I guess, or should we rather have it under a capital line?
Public safety. We all set?
Yes.
Okay. Number 7 is an executive session.
Make a motion to go into executive session for personal matter 1 MRSA 4056A.
Moved and seconded.